Welcome everybody to the Alpha J Show. I'm your host, the Alpha J. This is going to be a new series for the Wednesday block called Scenes Like This. It is a series where I review certain scenes that pop out to me in a cartoon. Sometimes it may be context heavy, or a cutaway gag, or merely the opening scene. As you can see, today we will be talking about the Grampies of Uncle Grandpa. I will link the scene in the description below, so please check it out and come back to this. In short, Uncle Grandpa holds the quote-unquote Grampies, in which Uncle Grandpa wins all of the awards, going from Best Cartoon to Best Feel-Good Fantasy Series with a Yellow Companion to Best Steven Universe Episode to Best Cartoon in the History of the World. You can see Samurai Jack, Mac from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, Billy from Billy and Mandy, Johnny Bravo, Dexter, and Dee Dee, and the cast members of a lot of other shows, most of them modern.
The animation industry is a place of magic, where dreams are made and souls are sold.
Well, you can take that however you want. Their first award, Best Animation Show for Tweens, goes to Uncle Grandpa. He also wins the Feel Good Fantasy Series with a Yellow Companion, which just so happens to focus on Adventure Time right as he wins it. When they win Best Steven Universe Episode, they focus on Steven Universe. Then when they win Best Cartoon in the History of the World, the show focuses on the Powerpuff Girls and Clarence. Uncle Grandpa is also shown not paying attention to the award show he had a clean sweep of.
None of you other guys are getting a pickup next season. Yeah!
Out of all of the modern cartoons that are on the Cartoon Network primetime lineup, you were the first one to get cancelled. I also love how the cartoon just so happens to not mention Teen Titans Go or show any of it at all. Is it because Uncle Grandpa wants to attack a topic they would otherwise get toppled on? Sure, this is showing how SpongeBob gets a clean sweep of the Kids' Choice Awards. Is it because of a popularity contest? What about the supposed new favorite show of the masses? What about Johnny Test? What about the shows that were shoved down our throats which helped to get the insane ratings they otherwise wouldn't have had in a million years? That's because Uncle Grandpa wants to compare the KCA to a glorified popularity contest. But is Uncle Grandpa the best cartoon to talk about this? Let's talk about Uncle Grandpa. No show on Cartoon Network in the past few years has been more unique than Uncle Grandpa in my opinion. The show would take very weird, crazy, different turns with its show, plot, setting, and just overall concept. If you were to talk about creative control, executive meddling, or just the concept of being watered down to pander to the masses, Uncle Grandpa is probably the last cartoon that would come to mind. If I could be logical about this, then that would mean that it is not the concept that needed to be improved, but rather something else. If having all the control to the cartoon, episodes, and general ideas then skyrocket your show to number one, then guess what? Your cartoon isn't popular. I understand that Teen Titans Go airs 5 billion times every week, but explain the big fan base for Adventure Time, regular show, and Steven Universe that don't get aired as much as it. Explain why Gumball and We Bare Bears aren't cancelled for basically doing the exact same thing, being a comedy show that doesn't really have a heavy plot. Uncle Grandpa is a pure comedy cartoon, and it should not have attempted this for one sole reason. Uncle Grandpa follows way too many SpongeBob footprints. Hey, you have an annoying side character that acts way too tough for the cast stepping stone? Your main character, for the most part, is asexual, crazy, happy-go-lucky, loves his friends, loves his work, wants to help the world, and has a show named after him? Your side pet carries a lot of characteristics such as a human male or female? What am I thinking? You are the best cartoon to attempt this. Uncle Grandpa, you are SpongeBob, just for Cartoon Network. The only difference is that you got rightfully cancelled after the 3rd season before you began your gradual watering down. Alright, that was a little unfair. I guess my final thought on this scene is that in a cartoony sense, it was pretty good. Nothing I didn't really think, wow, this was really funny. But as a deeper, more symbolic sense, Uncle Grandpa is a giant hypocrite if it intended to send shots at SpongeBob over at Nickelodeon. So this was Scenes Like This. If you know of any other scenes that I should talk about where it's just a scene that gave you a reaction that you'd want to see me talk about, please let me know in the comments below. I try to read them all and I try to reply to them all. As always, I hope your time was well spent, and Alpha out.